Chairman, earlier he was asked about the national service, and you said you had ulcer. Is that the reason you didn't do the service? Is that what I heard?
Yes, I'm saying that I got exemption because in my youthful days, I struggled with stomach ulcer.
Well, when I look at your CV, on page, I think that's page 2, it shows that after 1993, when you did the private A-level, 2011, you went back to university.
Yes, Honorable Chair.
And you completed in 2015.
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Why didn't you do the national service?
Come again, Honorable.
So why didn't you do the national service after graduation from the university?
I was over 40 years, Honorable.
Did you apply to national service for that?
Come again, Honorable, please.
I said, did you write to National Service Secretariat for exemption?
Yes, I did.
And did they respond exempting you?
Yes, Honorable.
So you have a copy of that exemption letter?
Yes, Honorable.
In an answer to an earlier question on the year of return, did I hear you say that it fetched us about 3.3 billion?
Yes, Honorable.
Cedis or dollars?
Cedis.
Million or billion?
Cedis, yes.
3.3 billion cedis, right?
Yes, yes.
How did you arrive at the figure?
It is a reported figure. I think earlier on, one of the honorables.
I knew because you said it was reported. Who reported that?
I got this information from Ghana Tourism Authority.
Ghana Tourism Authority?
Yes, Honorable.
Because you were in the industry. And did you get it from news portal or you got it from Ghana Tourism Authority?
I got it from Ghana Tourism Authority.
Is it part of their annual report or how did they report it?
I think that it was an article I chanced on social media.
You said it was an article you chanced?
One of the, Ghana Tourism Authority platforms. Yes.
So is it something that you can authenticate?
Because it's on a platform, which is WhatsApp, maybe I would like to get from the website to be able to say it's authentic.
You said you were an anti-status quo.
I said the industry is an anti-status quo environment. That is the creative industry. Is it the reason why you think people think that you don't have the right temperament for this place? Thank you, Honorable Chair. I think that I am only assertive and again opinionated like where I came from. And so that's all I know that I have. Apart from that, when it comes to temperaments over the years, my records have shown that I am not what maybe is perceived about me. You said maybe it has to do where you are coming from. Yes, and the creative space, the creative industry. Oh, okay. Yes. Earlier, when you were asked about the tourism satellite account, what did you say was the reason why you couldn't get it established? Originally, I said that we didn't have one. And then Honorable Elizabeth Ofusu-Ejari said there is one, but it's not in operation. So maybe that is why I do not know about it. But she said there is one.
Is it that what she's saying, or because you were in the industry and this is something that you should know? Because you were the interim, is it president or?
Interim president. Because we didn't have the law, I couldn't call it president.
No, but in your own test on page, I think page 1 of your, or is it page 2 of your CV, where you were talking about what was expected of you as interim president, lays between government and creative industry for strategic decision-making purposes. And if there's an act, Tourism Act was passed, a setup was done to ensure that we gather all this information. And 4 years down the line, you are asked about it, and you are saying that you didn't know about it. Were you really taking what you were doing very seriously?
And at the time, there was no act. We got the act a few months ago, after elections.
I'm not talking about the Creative Act bill. I'm talking about the tourism.
Please come again. I'm getting confused, please.
No, you are talking about two different. I'm not talking about the Creative Arts bill that has been turned into an act.
Okay.
But before 2017, the Tourism Act was also passed. Or you weren't aware of that?
No, I'm sorry, I didn't know about that.
You didn't know about the fund that was created to assist in the industry?
Yes, I know about that.
And you didn't know where the fund was established from?
No.
The law that was backing it?
No. I only know that there's a fund that sits within Ghana Tourism Authority.
So how were you able to monitor the fund, being the interim president of the Creative Arts Council, when that's where the money is coming from? You needed to be conversant with the act, what it was meant for, and how you could assess, and how you and your group could benefit from it. And you didn't know about the main act, yet you were enjoying the proceeds from the fund.
Honorable Chair, sorry, we were not directly benefiting from that fund. And so that is why, maybe, no.
Where is your office located?
Attic, Accra Tourist Information Center.
Is it
opposite
the one opposite Jubilee House?
Yes.
Or Plaster House?
Yes.
When did you move into the office?
2017.
Were you the one who rented the place or furnished the place? No, I know, because he said when the MPP gained power in 2017, there was nothing. No money, they were not left with anything. So I'm just taking him through to appreciate that there was something.
Okay, so yes, we had an office in the Attic building.
But you didn't rent it. So you came and it was there. Ghana Tourism Authority had it. And
yes, Ghana Tourism Authority.
You inherited it.
Yes.
So after all, it wasn't that you inherited nothing. He said that. So you inherited it?
Yes.
Earlier, when you were answering a question, you said we need to get investors and philanthropists. But this is something that, with a greater respect, I, as a layman to the creative industry, will say. But not someone like you. You are to tell us what you, given the opportunity as deputy minister, will do to assist your minister to change the face of the place. But not to be talking like me, who is a layman who doesn't really know the industry. What are you going to do to get investment into this area? Not government, not necessarily government. What strategy are you going to adopt?
Okay. I think it was in respect to a particular question. But what I would do to support my minister, Dr. Wale, is to get our culture customized enough that can sell with innovation. Use it to do creatives. Like we launched recently with the National Film Authority, where we've done the presidential film pitch to the world, and people are pitching their films to investors across the world, and people are going to pay or get money to shoot, and when they shoot, we use the films to sell Ghana, because we are going to make sure that the Ghana agenda shows in the movies. Out of that, you sell tourism, because what people see across the world, when you showcase your country, the beautiful places, it attracts them to want to come back, and then revenues come in. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Chairman, earlier he talked about this studio, but he said they needed to get some green lights. Now there's a green light. The green light, you wanted to get the green light from who?
Stakeholders, industry.
And it took 4 years to get stakeholders to get you the green light. Is that what you're saying?
It did not take 4 years. It did less than 4. That is why in the last manifesto of the MPP, you saw the studio in it again. Means that we got a degree of acceptance. That is why we still put it in the manifesto.
Okay, so it means that you are very conversant with this idea of the studio. The minister mentioned it when he was being vetted.
Yes.
But because he wasn't from the industry, obviously one could not push for more information. You are from the industry. How soon from your compatriots in the industry expect this studio?
When I get a note from this August House committee, I would engage minister, and the minister will be verbatim with some information, then I can share with the industry.
Because you are talking about you've gotten green light.
Yeah.
It meant that it's something that is being hatched from you. And probably you might have fed your minister with the idea of this studio. And now you are saying that when you are approved, then you go and get information from your minister. When your minister had not been in that industry for this while, you have been there for 4 years in government. Even before in government, you just said you've been a practitioner in the creative arts industry for over 30 years. So you should be able to tell us the idea about the studio, where you are going to get funds to be able to do it, and probably locations that you might have already started thinking where it could be located. So I want to get that from you, because you are a practitioner, not somebody who is now going to be acting or asking practitioners.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. But respectfully, I am not the owner of the vision. I still will report and take directives from my minister if given the nod. And so he must be the one I must take the information from. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
The Film Act, you mentioned earlier about it, right?
I don't remember, Honorable Chair.
Oh, someone was asking and he said, oh, give us some few months and you get all those things happening about the Film Act.
Film Fund.
The Film Fund, sorry. Yeah. Yes, the Film Fund. Why was it not established? You've had 4 years. You were there. You were leading the council.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. The Film Authority itself got into operations about a year ago. So although the law was in existence, there was no board, they were not in operations. And so relatively, it is still new. And so that is why I said that giving ourselves some months ahead, we can have a change. Thank you, Honorable Chair.